We have developed a calculator to help affected people who have suffered the impacts of infected blood through their relationship with an infected person, so they can understand how much compensation they may be eligible for. This includes partners, parents, children, siblings, and in some cases, unpaid carers of individuals who were infected. You can use the calculator to work out an estimate for one compensation claim at a time. The calculator will guide you through this process. So if you are affected in more than one way, or you are both infected and affected, it will tell you what you need to do. Before you start using the calculator, you will need the following information: personal details of the infected person, such as date of birth and sex at birth, details about their infection, such as infection type, year of infection, and year of diagnosis, information about any conditions or treatments, payment amounts for any interim compensation, settlements, or support scheme payments they received. It's important to have all of this information ready before you start because you cannot save and return your calculation. The calculator will give you an estimate of the compensation you may be due. Using the calculator does not mean that you are starting your claim. We will let people who are affected know when they can start their claim through our usual communications, including the community update, social media, or our website. In this video, we will use an example of an affected person with a sibling living with hepatitis B to explain how to use the affected calculator. Let's get started. To begin, go to our website www.ibca.org.uk. Click Get an Estimate on the homepage. To start using the calculator, click the Start Now button. The next question asks if the estimate is for your own claim. Select Yes, my claim as an affected person and click Continue. The next question will ask your relationship to the infected person. If you've been affected by more than one infected person, you will need to use the calculator tool for each claim. In this example, sibling has been selected. Click Continue. The next page explains that you can use the calculator tool to work out your claim if the infected person is your biological sibling, your adoptive sibling, your step-sibling, or was treated as your sibling. This page also explains that you must have lived with your sibling for at least 24 continuous months before you were 18, or that you would have done this had the circumstances of the infected person allowed you to have lived with them. Your sibling does not have to have been infected at this time for you to be eligible. If this does not apply to you, we cannot estimate your compensation. You may, however, still be eligible for compensation. Click the link provided to find out more information. In this example, the statements do apply. Click Continue. The next question asks if the infected person is alive. In this example, the answer is yes. Click Continue. The next stage of the calculator is about different infection types. Please select the checkboxes to confirm the type of infection that the infected person has. In this example, we are clicking the box for hepatitis B. Click Continue. Next, we need to know if the severity of the infection changed at any point. This will help us to understand the impact on your physical and mental health. We will then use this information to calculate your injury impact award. The first question asks if the infected person had hepatitis B for more than 6 months. In this example, the answer is yes. Click Continue. The next question asks you if the infected person had any of the conditions or treatments that are listed. You can find out more information on each of these conditions and treatments by clicking on the More About These Conditions and Treatments icon. In this example, the answer is yes. Click Continue. The next stage asks you about your living situation with your sibling. We need to know this to help us work out the effect on your social and emotional life. We will use this to calculate your social impact award. The first question asks if you lived with your sibling for 2 years or more after they were infected. In this example, the answer is yes. Click Continue. The next question asks if you were under 18 for at least 2 of these years. If the infection prevented you from living with your sibling at this time, you will also select yes. In this example, the answer is no. Click Continue. The next question asks if you have made or are planning to make any other compensation claims with IPCA. This could be either as an infected or affected person or both. In this example, the answer is yes. Click Continue. The next page explains that we can only estimate your compensation for one claim at a time. We will update the calculator soon so you can get an estimate for multiple claims at once. You can calculate your multiple claims now by manually adjusting your awards. Click the link provided for further guidance. Click Continue. Finally, before the compensation claim is estimated, you will be asked to check your answers and confirm that they are correct. Click Change if you need to make amendments to the answers. Once you're happy with your answers, click Confirm to progress to the next step. In this example, the person is happy that the information they have provided is accurate. Before the estimated figure is shown, you must read and click I understand, see my estimate. This confirms that you understand that the estimate is not an offer of compensation or part of a claim. The estimate is based on the answers given and does not use any personal or medical records. The final compensation amount from IPCA may differ from this. You will then be shown an estimate of your compensation claim. This is not a formal offer or part of a compensation claim. The estimate includes a breakdown of the estimate and how the awards have been calculated, and more information to help you understand the estimate and payment options. Your browser will enable you to print and/or save your documents. If you need to calculate another estimate, click Get Another Compensation Estimate below the estimation breakdown. For more information, visit our website www.ibca.org.uk. Sign up to receive our regular community emails and follow us on Facebook and X.